Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone for Kaiserreich today. As you may notice, Russia is now directly on our border, which is a little bit scary. I mean, they did go down the realpolitik tree, so I think that means they're much less likely to attack us. But I'm also still not 100% sure that they want to attack us. It looks like Bulgaria did lose their war. So some of these guys eventually might also end up joining up with the Russians as well in the future. Let me see, if corporate capitalism, the Duma, like, can I see that the road to war, attack isolated countries in Europe? I mean, I guess you probably need to go down far enough to actually seek allies for them to start trying to bring us into the fold, and hopefully, you know, not get puppeted. I mean, they have White Rutheni, which is such a big boost to Russia's power. Like, honestly, like, cutting off Ukraine from the rest of the Reichspakt, it means a lot, honestly. At least, again, until maybe Austria decides to try to intervene in the war. But who knows when or if that's actually ever going to happen, because there's been a few times in the past where Austria decides not to actually ever get involved. Maybe we'll put our troops off of the Russian border for now. Also, delete these two lines. Like, we'll just... Like, it's hard to say. Like, I think we'll probably get, like, some sort of pop-up maybe if Russia decides to go to war with us. But we can't really rely on this maybe situation. I mean, also, they have Azerbaijan as well. We'll see what they kind of want to do with them. But I mean, we're not... Like, unlike Azerbaijan, we're not backed by Germany. Like, we're kind of just, like, this small, exposed little country in the Caucasus. Like, what are you going to do? Like, we're still a year away from going to war with the Ottomans. And I feel like if we were to, I mean, if we were to join the Russian faction and then go to war with the Ottomans, because if we look at this here, it doesn't require... It doesn't require you to not to be at to not be in a faction. You could be in a faction. As long as you're not in a faction with Germany, you could attack the Ottomans. So theoretically, if we were in a faction with Russia, we could bring Russian troops down to the Ottoman Empire and maybe utilize them in some way. Because, I mean, they still have Jamal Shamar. I mean, Yemen, Egypt, Iran are definitely going to invade. Circassia... It's a little bit more difficult to actually say, because you need to first... Yeah, I mean, you can only do this at the beginning of next month, and then maybe you'll start trying to influence a little bit. Jamal Shamir. Settle to Bedouin. Are you going to... Curbing Authority. You've got the Merchant Prince. But here's what, like, are you going to... stick with the Ottomans? I usually think they will. Like, Jamal Shamir seems like they are typically pro-Ottoman. Let's deepen the welfare state. We get 10% stability, which is like a really good amount. Most of it is going to let us improve our military at least a little bit. Also, reinforcements are top priority. You're done in less than a year. I mean, we could go to extensive, like right now. And honestly, I think we want to do it. Get our manpower up as high as humanly possible, as early as humanly possible, could be really nice. Okay, Damocles Project. It's almost 38, so I feel okay going for some of these more expensive techs. You know, actually, we have a 100% research bonus here. Let's go for it. Construction 3. And what else is happening? America is still fighting against American Union State. It looks like they should end up winning this war. I'd kind of be surprised if they don't. I mean, New England does exist. They might end up joining up with the United States anyways, or, you know, they do the swap, or New England joins the United States joins the Entente. Like, we could see that happen as well. You are sending volunteers to East Turkestan. They've lost the war, so it probably wasn't worth it. The Aprist Revolution in Peru. Okay, so you guys have gone Cynic list. Again, Peru, Bolivia, it's like such a weird, Is it a Bolivian? No, it's Peru. Peru is the main tag there. How strange. Yeah, are they? Let's be honest. Should be done 26 days. Like, we're actually almost done our focus stream. Like, once we are finished with welfare state, we do these 3 focuses. The only thing we have left to do is, like, focus on the military. Age generation, land doctrine bonus. You give actually any bonuses, though. Most attack and mountain is not bad. All legged units. Research slots pretty good. And there's some more research upgrades. So, like, nothing super crazy. I mean, cheaper trade convoys is not bad. Less consumer good factory as well. So I really feel like getting the ski troops. Yes, it's on all leg units. So getting ski troops, extra research slots, new oil tankers are really going to be the main choices, I think. But other than that, I really don't think more stability. Yeah, I mean that's way less consumer good factory, which seems like be really nice. Because what is consumer good factory at right now? We're at 20%. War economy will put us to 15 because it's going to be another 5% decrease. So I guess actually after this we'll be at like a 5% consumer good factory, which is not bad, even though we only have like what 4 factories. Okay, so you guys have once again risen up. Will you end up winning your war? We'll see. I have a feeling the answer is no. Okay, we deepen the welfare state. Follow that up with increasing unionism, which is going to give us more stability, more political power gain. The construction speed debuff, it's honestly not like a huge deal. You know what, 1936 artillery. I did add the artillery into these armies, so getting the artillery attack bonus, like, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Like, how many troops? You have 952 divisions. We have about 10. We can maybe field our full 12 divisions by the time the War of the Ottoman Empire starts. I mean, they're taking territory. Nezhda and Hassan winning the war is going to be really important for us because it extends the border with the Ottoman Empire like substantially. Let's go one more rifle. And if you know that the Ottoman Empire usually gets like some sort of an event, like they'll get like an attack bonus against people that are attacking them after X amount of months of war. As far as I know, that should not apply if a human player is in one of the countries. So the Ottomans getting like a massive attack bonus shouldn't happen necessarily. Okay, Bulgaria, they're expanding the power of the Tsar. Is this the looking outward? Are you the Russian aligned one? No. You're the Russian aligned one. You're the German aligned one. Okay, unfortunate. Yeah, so you guys have gone Syndicalist. So I mean, overall, like the Syndicalists have done pretty well. I mean, Ecuador is still a puppet state, but I don't think they can spread their own revolution down to there. Okay, Chile owns this territory. But overall, I think this seems fine. Yeah, you guys are social democratic. What's the West Indies Federation doing? Because I don't think they're going for their revolutionary push. Okay, Haiti has now annexed the entire island of Hispaniola. At least I believe that's what the island's called. What infantry manufacturing? Soft attack and defense? Go for it. Pretty good. Alash Orda and Turkestan Civil War. Would not be surprised if the Russians intervene sooner rather than later. And also, I did see in the patch notes that they've changed when you guys will surrender. You surrender at 200%, which is good because I think they used to surrender like 5. So they've at least kind of made the Spanish Civil War a little bit easier than it used to be. And you guys are now all in the Internationale. Would not be surprised if I mean Mexico will probably join. You'll probably join. We'll see maybe if Central America also joins. I mean, the American Union state, I think at this point, I think it's safe to say that they're definitely going to lose their war. Okay, Honduras has joined the People's Vanguard. Okay, with El Salvador, Nicaragua will probably join as well. Oh no, they've won. Apparently you've gone liberal. I don't know when that happened. In like the 5 seconds that I was looking at you, apparently it changed. And Nejdan, yeah, they're definitely going to win. Again, which is really nice. So it's going to expand the front lines a pretty substantial amount. 1940 tech is way too expensive. Let's go for the 1939 rifle. And he wants to train more troops, and I'm okay with that. 435 artillery, you guys use 84. So let's train like 3 more divisions. Are you at your cap yet? You cap at 5.5, you're at 3.8. So you know what, we probably could go for a full 5. I mean, our manpower is going to be a little bit low, but we have enough artillery, enough guns to kind of be okay with this. Brazil has joined the Reichspakt, so we're definitely going to see a South America become a war zone. I mean, Argentina has left. Like, they've left the faction with Chile, so they're no longer in the International now, but they'll probably join some point later. Are they still listed in here? They're actually not. Okay. Actually, can you, I'm assuming you're able to join the International. I just don't know actually when that could happen. Okay, but the Nation Hassa is 1. This could lead, I mean, these guys can still explode into like another civil war. Which you see the Ottomans get involved, we'll have to see. You've now gotten the Sultan in it. And I saw somebody here. Szechuan has joined up with the Qing. Is there any other faction in the south? Not quite, and Japan's not doing anything too crazy at the moment. Yeah, like they're not getting involved in the war. At least not yet. Or they might invade China, we'll have to see. Or they invade Germany, which will help us out. It seems like it's been much less likely recently that Japan and the Russians go to war. Okay, let's go for agrarian socialism. 56 days on you. I don't know how many days we actually missed on this. I feel like it's quite a bit. But again, at this point for Georgia, most of their focuses aren't that important in the grand scheme of things. Yes, coordinate with the peninsula. Does this make the faction? No, but it does give Nej and Hejaz some factories. What did you actually make the faction? Well, no, you've already created the faction. But right now, you are the only person currently within it. Okay, Russia declared war on the Lash Orda. So, I mean, they stand no chance. How many troops they got? 4 to 20. Yeah, so Russia's going to kill Lash Orda, then they'll kill Turkestan. Not a, it shouldn't be that complicated for them. It should be a pretty easy wipe. Which will eventually also get Russia to have a direct front line with Iran. And if the Ottomans win their war against Iran, well, we might see ourselves in a, Russia might be able to invade the Ottoman Empire through Iran. We'll see. Okay, Middle Africa. They've gone national populist. They had negative 50% stability, which, it's not good. It's not good for you. Yes, they've gone for the sovereign state. Yeah, so Middle Africa is basically not going to exist very, very soon, which is also good for us, because that's going to be more manpower that the Germans cannot rely upon. It'll be done in 20 days. Okay. I mean, you are winning your wars here. Honduras and Nicaragua have gone to war. I guess because you're liberal. Yeah, so it's like the liberals against the more authoritarians in Central Asia or Southern America. Doesn't really matter who ends up on top there, I would imagine, because I mean, if you join the Entente, Mexico will probably kill you. If you join the Reichspakt, Mexico will probably kill you. Again, that depends on whether or not Mexico actually joins the International. They're not in there quite yet, but they probably will be soon. Okay, and you've claimed Argentina. You're going for the Syndicalist. And you're probably, yeah, there's the revolution. Which is, yeah, they joined the Third International. So, you know, Chile, Argentina, and Paraguay, and maybe also Peru will all join up in the International. Definitely a, yeah, you can see in the ideology map mode. It's a pretty strong showing for them down here. National populism has taken over, like, almost all of Africa and Australia as well. And who ended up winning? It looks like the Liberals did end up winning in... Yeah, made the Central American Confederation. probably... I mean, right now they're conservative. And we'll see which way they go. Okay, we'll also get 1 civilian factory. Even less consumer goods. Like, at this point... I mean, if it rounds down, we'll probably not use any civilian factories for civilian goods, which means he's pretty good. Okay, Cuba joined the Reichspakt. Not that that should matter, I believe, too much in the grand scheme of things. Other than maybe being a launching point to Mexico at some point, but I mean, I doubt Cuba's really going to send any troops over to Europe to fight. Like, I'd be very, very, very surprised that ended up being the case. Again, I know these troops are not fully trained. And actually, I should have just kept them trained that entire time, but... You know, decision been made. We now have, 14 divisions is not bad. And I think once Egypt, Nejd, Iran, Yemen, maybe Greece as well, Greece or Cyprus, once all these people declare war on the Ottomans at the same time, Syria and Iraq and Kurdistan maybe as well, I feel like we have a pretty decent chance of winning the war in the long term. And maybe eventually, if we last long enough, getting Russian backing. But again, I don't know how we join the Russians. I mean, our war's still here. Which, I mean, that means they've probably done this. They might be doing... We're doing the Academy of Science. So yeah, no, definitely have done Road to War. So they might have already done Seeking Allies, but I'm not too sure. Okay, it looks like the Syndicalists are now here in Greece. Good on them for starting the Civil War after Greece has already left the Belgrade Pact. They have historically had some problems with that. I mean, they'll probably end up losing. I mean, it's actually roughly about the same numbers. So we'll kind of have to see. I mean, Syndicalist Greece is very, very, very rare. I mean, it'd be interesting to see for sure. They've already taken Thessalonica. They push way down to Athens. We'll see. But again, the thing with them is they lose Florina. Basically the end of them, right? Because they'll have no victory points left. Like, I'm sure, like, in the hands of a human player, this would go okay. Yeah, I think they're actually about to lose right now. They're probably going to lose Florina. The revolution will be put down. And then... Oh, you've joined the Kaiserreich Pact as well. Okay, so that's going to lead the Ottomans to be on another front here. Which overall seems pretty good. So I do have some research slots. Yeah, Excavation 1 doesn't do anything, so we'll go for some industry tech. Typically think those are usually just pretty good by default. And are you for the dam? You are. Your 10% stability boost and the 3 building slots, which I guess is okay. And you know what? We have enough political power. We might as well get the motorization. We're probably not going to use motorized too much, if at all. Probably at all in this playthrough. We might as well use the bonus if we have it, right? Okay, now that that's finished, it's time for us to start focusing on the military. So we'll get some officer training schemes. We'll get a bonus of land doctrine, which is not bad. Especially since they are typically very, very, very expensive. Let's go for... We haven't done Krupp Gorgon. What is Krupp Gorgon? Well, I'm assuming we can't do it anymore. Tarki. Yeah, I mean it was really a German-based one. So you're just worse, right? Yeah. But I mean we'll still choose you anyways. Yeah, now Russia's at war with Turkestan. They're not going to survive. It'd be very, very, very unlikely for them to survive this. Let's just put it that way. And you have 50 days. Yeah, because I think we just rush our way to, like, more attack, defensive movement in hills and mountains is actually pretty good. Especially in the area of the world where we are. Like, this is basically all hills and mountains. I mean, what's considered not a hill or mountain? You are a mountain. Okay, you're plains. So, I mean, every province adjacent to us, I think, is considered a mountain. Or hills. But I'm hoping... Also, Armenia will hopefully join up in our revolt as well. Once the war actually begins. And the war should be starting soon. It means already August. And I think it's October when you will, yeah, it'll be October once you start pushing this stuff through. So, at most, like 3 months, I would say. Until the war in the Middle East has begun. And hopefully we can get some expansion going on there. Or Azerbaijan, goes with Iran. But I think that's that's much less likely, I think. Because I know Iran and Azerbaijan can go to war. The Ikhwan revolt. We want Ikhwan to lose this. Because if Ikhwan wins, I think that leads to like another civil war breaking out. But Ikhwan loses, Nej stays powerful, or at least powerful enough to distract the Ottomans. And especially if we're putting troops up here, and the Ottomans get distracted, it'll weaken. But basically pulling troops off of this border for the Ottomans is going to weaken them significantly. And especially if Greece ends up going to war with the Ottomans as well, once they put down their little civil war. But I do think, at least for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching my Anthnwam. If you enjoyed, put a thumbs up. Not doing a thumbs down. If you want to subscribe, and goodbye.